Hi everybody, will you be my Valentine? Just kidding, I already have one, but I would love to share this Valentine's Day look with you. This is not just any old Valentine's Day look. I shopped for most of these products at my local Hy-Vee store, so everything was very easily accessible and definitely affordable. So I found some really great things that I think you guys will love. So tune in and get ready for Valentine's Day. Promise there will be less in the video. We've got a halo burgundy eye, we've got a radiant cheek, we've got a nude natural lip. If you would like to have this Valentine's Day face, then just watch, follow along. Come on, let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna start with the eyes, and for my eyeshadow primer, I'm actually just going to use the e.l.f. Camouflage Concealer 16-Hour Wear, and this one is Fair Beige. So I just dotted that on my lid. I'm going to go in with a natural bristle brush and just blend that out. All right, so you can see we have a really nice brightening effect on my lid from that. You can use an eyeshadow primer too, but a concealer is great because it just is gonna help neutralize that lid before you apply your shadow. I'm using the Maybelline City Minis palette in 540 Diamond District. So I'm starting off with this first kind of nude beige, using the same brush and just blending that over my lid as the base. Then I'm going in with a blending brush and I'm taking that deeper brown. I'm gonna leave my eyes open and I'm going to start on the outer corner and blend my way inward right in the crease. I'm using a very small amount. You don't need a lot of product for this. You're really just looking for a transition color so that you can create that nice shape on your eye and bring out the crease a little bit. And pay attention to the way that you hold the brush. The further down on the brush you hold, the less pressure is going to be applied. And for my Valentine's Day look, I want a little bit more sultry look. So I'm gonna take this burgundy on a medium brush. So you wanna concentrate this burgundy on the outer corner of your eye, and then also right on the inner corner of your eye. And leave the center blank. We are gonna apply a little bit of a highlight there and create a halo look. I'm going back in with that soft brown and I'm just blending that burgundy into the transition color a little bit so you have a softer transition. Then I'm gonna take just a little bit of setting spray and mist it onto my makeup brush. And I'm gonna take this really high shine color and I'm just gonna press that right into the center of my lid. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. I love that color. Next, I'm gonna go in with a very precise shadow brush and I'm gonna take that burgundy that I've been using and I'm just gonna bring it right along my lower lash line. And I'm also just gonna intensify that outer corner just a little bit using that same burgundy brown. This is absolutely stunning just on its own. You can create this same kind of halo effect using any colors. I particularly liked this palette because it has that really nice kind of champagne bronze highlight color that you can pop right in the center. And a burgundy eyeshadow actually is very pretty on a lot of different eye colors. So I'm just going in with a soft powder and just filling in my brows. I do want my eyeshadow to be the main focus of this look, so I'm not doing a very heavily defined brow. And this was the Foolproof Brow from Benefit in number 3. It has 2 different brow powders in it, so I like to use a little bit lighter color on the inner corner and then a little bit darker on the outer corner. But a brow powder is great for just a nice soft natural brow. And for this look, I don't want to have a super heavy eyeliner with it, but I do want to just add a little bit of definition on the corners of my eyes. So I have the Loreal Telescopic waterproof liner. And I like this one because it has a really nice angled tip on it, so it's very, very easy to control. So I'm just pressing it right into my lash line and almost, you know, stamping it across rather than trying to do one smooth line. I find it's a lot easier if you just kind of piece it out and stamp it on. And I don't want to have a full wing with this. I just want a little bit on the edge. So I am just angling this up and out towards the end of my brow. So as you can see, I did the eyeliner about 3/4 of the way over and left it just a little bit thicker on the outer corner. And this is a very, very flattering way to do your eyeliner for most any eye shape. And I am going to apply a lash. This is the Shy Lash from Kiss. So for these lashes, you always want to test first and just see how they fit on your eyes. A lot of times the lash band is just a little bit longer than your actual lash line. So you do want to take them and just set them on your lash line first and see how they fit. So the easiest way to do this is to tilt your head back and take the lashes on both ends, set it over your lash line, and then take a look. So you can see on mine, obviously I don't have it glued down, but this is kind of just to test the length. It's maybe about 3 or 4 sections too long for my eyes. So I'm gonna cut that little section off, and then I am going to set it back on my eye. Okay, that definitely looks better for length. So the next thing you want to do is you want to kind of bend your lashes a little bit before you put them on. A lot of times there's not enough curve to the lash to actually stick very naturally to your lash line. We're going to take the Kiss latex-free strip lash glue and just apply it right onto the lash band. And dot a little bit extra on the inner and the outer corner. And then let the glue get kind of tacky. You don't want it to be too wet or dry when you go to put it on your lash line. You just want it to be tacky enough so that it sets, and then you can still kind of work with it a little bit to place it. You want to tilt your head back, look down, set it as close to your lash line as you can get it, and just make sure that it is even. You don't want it too close on your inner corner of your eye, otherwise you'll feel it kind of poking on that inner corner. And then you want to go in and just press it right down into your natural lash line. Be careful if you get a little bit of glue on your fingers, that might stick just a little bit. You can also use like the end of a brush and just kind of roll it down into the lash line if that's a little easier for you as well. And this takes practice, so don't get frustrated if you struggle a little bit with the first time around. I mean, I've been working as a makeup artist for 16 years and I still struggle sometimes with applying them on myself. So it does take a little bit of practice, but once you get it, they're really, really great for your special events, and you can usually reuse them about 3 times. Then once you have your lashes placed, you want to go in with just a little bit of liner over the lash line. Now I start with the eyes because I usually get just a little bit of fallout underneath, so then I like to go back with a cotton round and a little bit of either makeup remover or the Bio Essence Scentsy Bio is one of my favorite products to just kind of clean up a little bit of the excess makeup without causing any kind of irritation. So look at all that fell off underneath. That is why you do your eye makeup first. Ugh. I am gonna use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is supposed to really help smooth out your skin and really soften the appearance of pores and texture. So I'm gonna take this and press it in all over, and then really smooth it out. This one also is more hydrating, which I am super dry, so I'm excited to see how this looks and wears for me. You do want to let it sit on your skin for about 30 seconds before you go in to do any of your foundation. Okay, next I'm going in with the Makeup Forever, the HD foundation, which if you know me, this is one of my favorites. I am using the number R230. And I'm taking just a couple pumps of that foundation and the Real Techniques face brush, number 200. It is their mini. It's a nice synthetic bristle. I'm just starting right in the center of my face and blending outward. And I always bring just a little bit on my ears. I tend to get a little bit red. So this just helps kind of soften that. That starts to peek through during the day. All right, I want a little bit of concealer, so I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Full Cover number 3, and I really like to use a blender to apply concealer. This one is the Camo Concealer Sponge from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and it's got a really nice tip on there, so it really gets into that inner corner of your eye without applying too much product. So you work a little bit into the sponge, and then just lightly bounce that onto the inner corner of your eyes. You don't want to use a ton of concealer and cause it to look too like heavy or cakey there. You really just need a little bit right where you see any discoloration pulling through. And I think it's always a better idea to use less products and just kind of spot treat where you want the coverage rather than having a full coverage all over that looks a little heavier. So I also have a couple little blemishes. I'm just gonna cover those cool kids up. Then I like to do setting spray. For the powder, I am gonna use the RCMA, the No Color powder. And I like to take quite a bit of it and just kind of roll it right around the under eyes to really set the concealer. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more on a bigger brush and just press it on top of the foundation. You don't want to go in and buff because everything is still damp. So if you go in and buff over it, it's actually going to just kind of take the product off. Ah, hair in my eye. Wow. All right, and then you always want to add a little bit of color back into the skin. So I have the Laura Mercier, the Soleil 1 Matte Bronzing Powder. And I'm gonna start right under the cheekbone and blend that out. And then right under the jawline, down onto the neck, and then right into the hairline. For blush, I did get the e.l.f. monochromatic stick, and this one is in the Sparkling Rose. I am gonna use my Real Techniques face brush, and I am just going to lightly pat this onto the apple of the cheek and blend back. I didn't put a lot of powder on my skin, so this is completely okay to apply at this point. I do want to keep a little bit more radiant look on my cheeks, so this is absolutely going to do it. And I really like this. 10 out of 10, I would get this again. It's a very, very beautiful color. It goes on really nice, and it works really well with this brush too. I'm going to set the top of that blush with a little bit of highlighter. I got the e.l.f. Bronzed Glow, and it's got highlighter on one side and then bronzer on the other. So I'm just going to take that highlight, and I'm going to really lightly just press it on top of the top of that blush. Oh my God, I love this too. And then I'm going to take that bronzer color and just bring it over the bronzer that I already applied. I always love adding a little bit of a shimmer on top of my regular bronzer because I think that it kind of smooths the color a little bit and just gives you that really nice bronzed summer glow. You want to do one more layer of setting spray. Into our final steps. I'm taking my Benefit 3D Brow Tones, and this one is in the number 4. It's got just a little bit of color to it, but I'm just lightly brushing through my brows. This takes any of the powder out that might have gotten in them, and then it also just helps hold them in place. a little bit better for you throughout the day. Ooh, I need to add a lip. And of course, I'm gonna use my Cosmetics lip stain. This one is Lily. This is my go-to color. It's just a little bit more color than your natural lip. It's just a little darker, and it's nice because it's a long-wearing stain that has avocado and jojoba oil in it, so it's a little bit more hydrating and more comfortable. And if you're wearing this on its own underneath a mask, it is going to absolutely stay for you. I do recommend in the winter adding a little bit of gloss over it, so I am going to go over it with the KZA Morganite lip gloss. And I want to intensify just a little bit more around the eyes, so I'm going to go in with an angled eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take that kind of burgundy color again, and I'm just going to press it right into my lash line. And then I'm going in with my blending brush and that softer brown that we used for the transition color, and just kind of diffusing the edges of that shadow. Your makeup look would not be complete without mascara, so I have the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I like to use the waterproof one, and just kind of bump the brush back and forth as you apply. You can always have more highlighter, so of course I'm gonna add more. I'm gonna go back into my e.l.f. duo here and grab just a little bit of that highlight and just pop it right on the inner corner of my eyes. And then just right below the arch of my brow. So there you go, you have a beautiful Valentine's Day look that you can recreate very easily, and you can get most all of these products that I used at your local Hy-Vee store. I went in and did a haul and tried a bunch of new things, and I really like a lot of them. I would say my three favorite products, no, four, I have 4 favorite products. I really liked a lot of what I used. So that City Mini palette actually, like, I think is absolutely stunning. The pigment is really nice, and I think it's a very wearable palette. So that was the Maybelline 540 Diamond Strict palette. The e.l.f. monochromatic multi-stick, this is like hands down one of my favorite products. I mean, look at that cheekbone. I am here for it. And then the blending sponge I loved. I think it worked really well. That one was from e.l.f. And then, sorry, there are 5 must-have products. I just liked so many. The e.l.f. Duo Bronzed Glow that has that highlighter and bronzer in it. And then the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I actually really love the way that this looks and feels on my skin. It's super lightweight and hydrating, and I don't feel like it's, you know, settling into any areas of my skin. My skin looks very soft and natural. So 5 products you need to get right now from Hy-Vee. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned some great tips and tricks on how to do your makeup for Valentine's Day or any day. You deserve it. This is beautiful. You should do this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you want to learn next. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!